Hi, neighbor. We're thrilled to have you along for the start of our 8th season.
We look forward to highlighting the organizations and individuals that make the High Country special.
Today, you're getting a front row seat as we cover the performing arts in Boone. Special guest Derek Gunye talks with some of the members of the Playcrafters Club, as well as cast members from the AppState theater production 5 Mile Lake.
I visit Lost Province to learn more about the live music they host each week.
And I sit down with the Associate Director of Bands and learn more about the upcoming band concerts. I'm John Park.
And I'm Aiyana Willoughby. Join us as we say, Hi, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor. Welcome to Theater and Dance today. Professor Derek here. We're in the studio talking with 3 members of Playcrafters, which is the new play club from the Department of Theater and Dance, and they have a big upcoming new play festival. I'm here with Bella Balato, Philip Levy, and Alexandra Pierce. And we'll learn a little bit about what each one of these folks is doing with the new play festival and how students get involved in producing student-written productions. So first up, Bella, you've written one of these plays. What's it called?
It's called Mir Trebeb, which is Russian for snake in the grass.
Can I hear that one more time?
Mir Trebeb.
Right, I'm not going to say that. Snakes are... And what exactly is it about?
Well, it's a play about communism, and it's based around a woman named Olena, and she is set in an interrogation room. She is a native Russian, and she decided to go to school in America and met her husband there, who is part of the CIA. And he had to go back to Russia to finish out a mission, but his cover was blown. So now she's going back in his place, and she's caught, and she's dealing with the repercussions of her situation.
So if I'm a typical student watching AppTV right now, what do I want to come, what am I going to see in this production that's relevant to now?
Relevant to now? Well, when I wrote Alina, she was a very feisty character and fiery, and I think she's a great role model for women all around.
Cool. And what's it like watching someone, kind of inhabit your lines?
Oh, insane. I had never written a play in my life before this. This was actually my playwriting final for Derek Davidson. And before I took his class, writing a play was never on my radar. I was like, what? That's not me. I can't do that.
Great, great. Philip, you are directing Shakespeare Therapy.
Yes, I am.
Tell me about Shakespeare Therapy.
So Shakespeare Therapy is it's a comedy about a student who gets overworked studying Shakespeare, and he has a bit of a fever dream where he has to give some students, or I should say some Shakespeare characters rather, has to give them some therapy regarding their situations. You got Romeo and Juliet, they need couples therapy. You've got Hamlet, who you might be able to tell is a little under the weather during the show. So yeah, it's real fun. Yeah, morbid.
So here's the fun part about Playcrafters. It's a club. You're not even a theater major.
No, I'm not.
We were talking earlier. You are computer?
Yes, computer science.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
But you're in the club because you're interested in producing theater?
I've got a lot of friends in the department, and I was brought into Playcrafters. I was sucked in, as some people say. And yeah, it's just been a wild ride ever since, but I love what I do, and you don't have to be in the department to have fun with it and to do great things, I think.
Well, here's a similar question I asked Bella about watching her words be embodied by student actors, but what's it like working with student actors, directing them?
It's a lot of fun. It's strange to be in charge of your peers, to tell them you need to do this and I'm the one in charge. 'Cause a lot of them are my friends, but it's great to see how well they listen. We've got a lot of talented actors, I think. And it's great to see how well they just take direction, and they want to have fun with it too. So we're all sort of working towards the same goal.
Excellent. So Allie, you are overseeing this as the festival production manager.
Yes, sir.
I asked you first, how many shows are you overseeing right now?
5 shows right now.
5 different directors, 5 different playwrights, all students.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're in charge of it all.
Yes, sir.
How's that going?
It's a real challenge, as Philip was saying.
Yeah.
It's hard to get your head around the fact that, students and they're your same peers, and some of them may be like a grade older than you. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I also have a lovely stage manager, Jessica Miller. She's amazing, and she helps me with a lot. So
Now, is she stage managing every production or just the run of the presentations?
the run of the presentations.
Okay, and so how does that work though? You have 5, does all 5 one-acts run every night?
Yes, sir.
Excellent, so it's like 5 shows for your bang for your buck.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. So what, as a student and a producer, what do you do every day to try to make this festival keep going?
Well, there's a lot of behind the scenes, not a lot of people see. I actually have a new play festival Bible that I have, and it oversees everybody's attendance, making sure that they have a props list, a scenery list, all of this stuff to kind of make sure that Tech Week and just the performances go perfectly.
Excellent, excellent. So there you have it. It's the new play festival sponsored by Playcrafters and the Department of Theater and Dance. Thursday, February 20th through Saturday, February 22nd, 7 o'clock, I.G. Greer's Studio Theater. Tickets and seating are limited, but for tickets, take a look at www.theateranddance.appstate.edu. For Theater and Dance Today, I'm your host, Professor Derek, and I will see you at the theater.
For many a college student, nothing embodies spirit more than the band playing the school's fight song. However, the Marching Mountaineers are but one of several talented bands within the Hayes School of Music. Here to talk with me about some of the upcoming concerts is the Associate Director of Bands, Dr. Jason Gardner. Thank you for being with me today.
Thanks for having me, John.
Of course. So can you tell me what's different about the bands than other performing groups like orchestras and choirs and that kind of thing?
Well, a lot of it is the instrumentation of the concert band. You have woodwinds, you have brass, and you have percussion. We'll have an occasional harp and a string bass, but that's really the main difference there. We have a different set of repertoire within the bands, and it's just a wonderful creative outlet for the students. We get to make wonderful art music.
Awesome. Well, tell me, how many of those bands do we have here at AppState?
So there are 3 bands currently going on. There's our top band, the Wind Ensemble. It's conducted by Dr. John Stanley Ross. And then you have the Symphony Band, which is the band that I primarily conduct. And then we have the Concert Band, which is led by our wonderful graduate assistant teachers.
Gotcha. Well, do you have any upcoming concerts for some of these groups?
Yeah. Actually, Friday night, February 14th at 8 o'clock in the Schaefer Center is going to be the Wind Ensemble performance. And I'll get to guest conduct the ensemble with Gounod's Petite Symphony, and then we have a wonderful program, Giannini's Third Symphony, written for concert bands, and then each of our graduate teaching assistants are guest conducting a piece.
So is that a free performance that we can go and see?
All of our concerts are free and open to the public, and we encourage you to get there early because seating is limited.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's going to be Valentine's Day, so
Absolutely.
You got to get some get a nice date in, get some
Right.
free music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds awesome. So
And we also have a lot of wonderful guests that will be with us this upcoming weekend too, because AppState is hosting the Northwest District All-State Bands.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to have hundreds of students from 20 different counties around Northwest North Carolina, and they'll be joining us. There's going to be 3 bands that will be rehearsing on campus Friday and Saturday, and then they'll have performances on Sunday. And so those students will also be in the audience as well Friday night.
oh, very cool. Now, what kind of music will those in the audience get to enjoy on Friday night?
So, like I said, there's going to be a chamber group that I'll be conducting of 9 musicians. It's a late 19th century French piece by Charles Gounod called Petite Symphony, and they're wonderfully talented students in that little chamber group. And then the full band will come out. Let's see, Mr. Kochik, one of our graduate teaching assistants, is conducting a piece by Percy Granger called Children's March, which is just a lovely little tune there. We have Mr. Conti's going to be conducting another wonderful piece there, and then Dr. John Stanley Ross will be conducting the Giannini Symphony No. 3, which is this big masterwork of 4 movements. It's going to be a wonderful evening.
So we know that the performing arts are a valuable part of our society. So what are some of the benefits that the performers get in being part of these bands?
Well, they get to express themselves musically. They get to be part of a large group, that's bigger than themselves. They get to collaborate with one another. For instance, one of the things that I'm really proud of the students in the symphony band for at this moment is they're performing a piece called Air for Band by Frank Erickson, which is typically something that a younger band will do, but we've kind of thrown a little twist in our preparation for it. The students have been given a copy of the score, And then I've stepped back and allowed the students to lead themselves.
Really?
Yeah, it's really fascinating to watch the students collaborate with one another, to communicate with one another. They get to share their own interpretive ideas on how the piece should go. They get to help correct one another and guide each other, and it's been a really fascinating process to see that.
Well, and it's got to be such a valuable learning experience because these are music majors, correct?
Well, a lot of them are music majors. In the Top Wind Ensemble, we have performance majors and music ed majors. In the symphony bands, we have a lot of music ed majors, but then we also have a lot of non-music majors. And then in the concert band, it's primarily non-music majors. So there's a place for anyone here at AppState that wants to play in a band.
Very cool. So does that carry on over to, the marching band?
Oh, absolutely.
And other athletic bands that we have on campus?
Absolutely. In the Marching Mountaineers, we had about 280 students in the band this last year, and it represented over 60 degree programs across campus.
Really?
And we had every single college represented. So the vast majority of students in those bands are non-music majors, and we love it when people want to come out and just have a good time playing music.
No, that's incredible. I love it. So can you tell me, if someone wants to get involved in any of the bands here at AppState, how would they go about doing that?
Well, we have a great website up, marchingmountaineers.appstate.edu. We just launched a whole new website this last semester, and there's a join section there. And so if you're interested, you can fill out information. If you're not sure about joining, you can at least fill out the information so that we can be in touch with you. Members of the marching band can reach out and let you know what it's like to be a person from a particular degree program. We'll actually link up someone from your degree, and they can tell you what it's like to be in the Marching Mountaineers. Someone from your section can also reach out, and then we'll have an intent form that students can fill out if they intend to join.
Wow. Well, that sounds incredibly helpful. Dr. Gardner, I want to thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Hi neighbor, Professor Derek here with Theater and Dance Today. We're talking about 5 Mile Lake by Rachel Bonds, the next big production up for the Department of Theater and Dance. I'm here with 2 cast members, Joy Seiler and Parker Stone, who play 2 of the major characters. And welcome guys, and first off the bat, this play is a contemporary play, brand new, about characters in their 20s going through the angst of trying to get together the rest of their life. And I might add that there's 5 characters in the play?
Yes.
Awesome. So Joy, what character you play? Mary?
Yes.
Okay, and what is Mary's deal in this production?
Mary's deal is that she dreams of moving to Paris and getting out of the small town in Pennsylvania where she's lived her whole life. But there's kind of one thing keeps happening after another, and she finds herself stuck working in this bakery with Jamie. Her brother's just back from Afghanistan suffering from PTSD. Her father just died. It's just, she's struggling and stuck, and yeah.
And Parker, your character, they're co-workers?
Yeah, we work together, and Jamie is head over heels in love with Mary. Absolutely in love with her, and he's been restoring this lake house that his grandfather left him when he died. And he's envisioned this whole life and home that he's kind of trying to construct with Mary in mind.
Great, great. So, and you 2 are theater performance majors, and we've talked quite a bit about this, but how is it working? There's no verse, you don't get a sword here. This is just a character close to your age. What is that like in a rehearsal process? The people watching, on AppTV are going to go, well, why should I come to this? What is different about this production?
I think it is very applicable to a lot of the struggles that someone who's a college-age student is thinking about. There's a lot of how you're figuring life out in this play, and you can put a lot of yourself into that.
Right. And we have the theme of the war veteran from Afghanistan. That's the older brother?
Yes.
Right? And then 2 other characters come in, your older brother and his girlfriend, and kind of turn your world upside down.
Exactly.
So what happens there? Without giving away too much of the plot, of course, right?
Me and my brother definitely have a strained relationship, and we have not talked in at least a year. And he just shows up, and there's a lot of conflict about why we haven't talked, he's not helping me take care of our very ill mother. And why did he bring his girlfriend that this is the first time I've heard of her.
Right. So we have family issues on top of contemporary issues and coming of age issues. It sounds like all kinds of fun. With just five characters, how's that different than a show where you kind of sit back and take it easy for a couple lines and pop back in? I mean, you're on stage most of the time, right?
Yeah. We definitely have to be a unit, I think.
Right.
Joy can agree. We're very tight-knit, and we have to be working off and together the whole time or it doesn't work.
There's so much, it's so important to be present in the moment every night because people change so much, and that's true in every production.
Right.
But when it's so small, when it's just 5 people carrying a show for an hour and a half, I would say that's even more true. You can't fall back into what happened last week or last night in rehearsal. It's changes moment to moment, night to night, which is fun, but it keeps you on your toes for sure.
Now, this is in the big house. This is in Valborg Theater. We got 340 seats or so, depending on who's counting. And you're just 5 people. You've got to keep 340 people on the edge of their seats.
I think that's something that Dr. Miller, the director, has talked with us a lot is the audience is a part of the show with us.
Right.
And I think in the staging, there's a lot of moments where it's not just the 2 of us talking on stage, it's the 2 of us and the whole crowd there. I think there's a real desire to bring everyone into this tiny town in Pennsylvania.
Because it is so relatable to so many people, there is that wanting to bring them in, like have that conversation with them, because we know so many people in the audience will be able to relate to the problems that the characters are struggling with.
And reading this play, it's not all doom and gloom either. There's a lot of humorous moments.
Absolutely.
I mean, the brothers get trashed at one point, don't they, or something, and stay up all night. People are going to relate to that kind of what's happening now sense of humor, too. Wonderful. So, there you have it, 5 Mile Lake in the Valborg Theater, February 26th through March 1st. For tickets and information, hit www.theaterandance.appstate.edu or call 828-262-4046. For Theater and Dance Today, I'm your host, Professor Derek, and I'll see you at the theater. That's it for Theater and Dance Today. Next up, new host Aiyana Willoughby learns more about some live performances that happen every week just off King Street.
Hi, neighbor. I'm Aiyana Willoughby, and I'm here with the amazing Lynn, the co-owner of Lost Province. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to be with you tonight.
I just have a couple questions for you. So, when was Lost Province founded?
We organized in 2013 and opened in 2014. So we've been at it. We're on our 6th year right now.
That's so nice. Wow. So can you tell us more about Friday nights and Saturday nights here?
We are a family-owned and operated business. We also are an independent craft brewery, as well as an independent restaurant in Boone. We also, with our menu, have a lot of local foods, and we like to hire local people, and we work with local musicians. We actually feature live music every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We work with ASU Split Wheel Records on arranging music Thursday nights, and then Friday, Saturday, we primarily work with local musicians. We do a little bit of regional, and we bring in a few guests once in a while, but our whole philosophy with local is when you buy local, people then spend it locally, the money stays local. So it's part of our business philosophy, but it's about doing good business. And we have fun with music, we have fun with our local musicians, and we have music Friday and Saturday nights from 7:30 to 10:30.
So who's the artist that you have tonight?
It's actually the Dashboard Hula Boys. And they're really a fun band and a local favorite.
So tonight, the band is going to come on. Is anything special happening later this week?
Well, we have another band tomorrow night with 2 other local musicians. Toma Fuller and Brandon Holder are doing a duo. Should be a really great evening of music. And then always have to look ahead at each week. We'll have We have music with Split Rail Records next Thursday night, and then we have other live music set up for next weekend, and just a place to come and hang out, get some good bites, some good drinks, and have fun with friends.
So how could a local artist get involved and perform?
The best way is to contact me, and that would be lynn@lostprovince.com, and that's Lynn with an E. We are pretty well booked up for the year, though. It is an amazing process scheduling music, and we usually try to get our local groups in anywhere from 2 to 4 times a year. We have a lot of ASU faculty members that play here. Andy Page with the music department has several different bands he's in, and it's just fun working with people's alter egos. I mean, they have their daytime jobs and they come out, and it's music. It's work by day and music by night. But it's fun. I think music is just so, it's fun, and so I think it's my husband, who is the other co-owner, is the brewer here. That's what he enjoys doing for fun, brewing beer. And our musicians, many have day jobs, but they come and play music at night, and they're very talented. So it's top-rated music.
Well, Lynn, it was nice interviewing you. Nice to see you tonight. Thank you so much for letting AppTV come and experience the magic that is Lost Province. I'm here with Tom, a member of the Dashboard Hula Boys. Tom, how are you tonight?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your band and your performance?
Yes, we are a trio and acoustic trio. We've been playing together for at least 30 years, and we do every kind of music you can imagine, from Dean Martin to the Beatles to the Bee Gees to Tom Petty, folk, rock, blues, jazz. Anything that we like to play, we want to play, we play.
I see a couple of your band members behind us, so can you tell us about your position in the band?
Yes, I'm the ukulele player and the harmonica player, and all of us sing. Ed Midget is the guitarist, and Bob White, who is not my brother. We spell our names differently. He's the bass player.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Tom. It was nice to talk to you. Until then, bye, neighbor. That's all for this week's episode.
We'd like to thank you for joining us as we begin a whole new season on discovering what makes Boone so special.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check out our YouTube channel, AppTV, for more content.
Until next time,
Bye, neighbor.